Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day, great weekend. And let me do my first shout out. Happy birthday, Sean. And happy belated birthday, Miss Leo, 814, and everyone else. Now, what I have to say is based upon something I heard this morning and about what people my age should or should not be doing. First of all, when you get to be a certain age, all right, that's a blessing. That's the way I see it. If you have all of your faculties, that's a blessing too, because it didn't have to be that way. But some people feel that when you get to be a certain age, you should be somewhere knitting or sewing or playing bingo. No, that's not what happens. And part of this little story time is about me. I've chosen not to have a car simply because, to me, having a car is like having a child. You got to bathe it, buy shoes for it, take it to the doctor, feed it, get insurance for it, pay this, pay that, pay this, do that. Nah, I can get where I need to go. I can always get where I need to go. I can rent a car, lease a car, take a taxi, but I don't want all of that responsibility. So I was having to take a lot of things to storage, and I could have gotten someone to take me, but I decided I wanted to do it at my own pace and do it as I wanted to do it. So I, reserved a truck at U-Haul, and one of my neighbors agreed to drop me off so I could rent the truck. And it's kind of funny now that I look back on it. But once I got the truck and everything else and I got inside, I noticed she was like driving right behind me. Now, you should know I learned to drive in Los Angeles and on the freeways of Los Angeles. And I was not in the slow lane. I was in the fast lane. So, and then, on the streets of LA, there's just a different way you drive than you do in other places. So, when I remember when I first made that left turn, I think her heart must have gone through her stomach because I timed it perfectly like I was trained to do. And suddenly that little lean comes in when you're driving and that one hand on the steering wheel. Anyway, got back to my house and she said, "You're amazing." I said, "What are you talking about?" "I can't believe that you drove, and you kept up with traffic." And I said, "Is that why you were behind me?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Oh." I said, "You thought I was going to be wiggling from side to side or something, And she laughed and said, "Yeah." That's the kind of view that a lot of people have of senior citizens, as if, we can't do anything. Another neighbor saw me and I was, driving in the truck and happened to see a yard sale, and I stopped and talked to them. She was nervous. She was like, "Oh, there's no cars coming." I said, "I have a rear view mirror and a side mirror. I got this." But it's really unfair to determine the value of a person because of their age. It's as if, oh, if you're 71 or 70, you have no more value. Go sit over in the corner somewhere. But age is indeed a number. And I don't judge anybody by their age. I don't look at someone who's younger than me and say, oh, I'm better than you because I'm older and I have more knowledge. No, because you have to look at the person. And there's some young people who have a wealth of information. You can learn from anybody. But to disparage someone because they're on YouTube because of their age, well, what's next? Oh, you're too old to be on Twitter. Oh, you're too old to engage in political debate. Oh, you're too old to vote. Okay? I mean, where does it stop? Yeah, I'm on here enjoying it. I'm entertained, And when it goes too far, I say what I have to say about what I feel has gone too far, if it comes to me personally. And nobody, not my family, nobody determines what I do, how I do it, when I do it, and where I do it. Because you cannot judge the totality of an individual simply because of their age and because you see them on YouTube. Because you have no way of knowing what the totality of their life is off of YouTube. You don't know what value they have to the community, to the electorate. To the conversation, the political conversation. You have no clue about that. So when you try to relegate someone to sitting in a corner, playing with their hands or whatever, you got it all wrong. And it is not only disrespectful, it is demeaning. What you will learn, if you make it to this age, what you will learn is that your mind does not go away. Your zest for life does not go away. The only thing that may have changed is your life experience and what you've learned from it. But that does not determine where you go, how you go, what you say, what you do, because you do what you want to do. And, YouTube is not just for younger people. And what you may not know is that, this was started by two private individuals, YouTube was. And I remember when Google bought it from them, paid them billions of dollars. That's the origins of it, just regular people. It's not something that Google just created. But many people don't even know the history of YouTube. By the same token, you don't know the history of a person based solely upon what you see on YouTube, unless they're on YouTube all day long, hours and hours and hours, then you can judge that there must be something lacking in their life, if that's what you want to say. But because someone is 70 or 71, you're going to say that I have no importance, that I don't have a right to chime in on something if I want to? No. I will have an opinion about whatever I choose to have an opinion about. I will do whatever it is I want to do, as long as it's within the law. And that's just not man's law, but God's law too. So you and all the others who want to degrade and disparage, older people, older women, you need to fall the fuck back, because you don't know what you're talking about. And that's not just for this person I heard, but a couple of other people as well. Age discrimination is real. And people do feel that, oh, well, she's old. She's of no value. She can't think. But you know what? When I see someone trying to underestimate me, I just think, this will be fun. So, whatever you see an older person on YouTube, no one believes that they have every much as right to be there as you do, to be here as you do, to say what they want to say, to engage in what they want to engage in. And you don't get a vote. None of you do. So, what I do when people determine that they feel I have no value, I say, okay, well, I'll just unsubscribe to them. I don't belong in their little world. Because if I have no value, then neither does my subscription or my view. But nobody decides what a person in their 70s, 80s, or whatever does whenever they do it. And you do not make a judgment or a determination as to how that person lives their life. And no, this is not about bragging rights, because I think a couple of people in my family know I'm on here, but they also know I'm on Twitter. Okay? Now, we have a 70-something-year-old man running for president. Should he be in the corner sitting somewhere, making a quilt or something? Going to play bingo? No. He's still involved. He's still engaged. And as far as bingo, the only bingo I do is if I get one of those scratcher cards. Somebody, gives me one, and I'll scratch it off for the bingo. But I ain't going to sit up with a bunch of people just putting a number on a thing. No. I can't handle that. That's not me. And it's not a lot of people of my age. So, I just wanted to come on here and say this, but don't disparage people because of their age. That is age discrimination. That is a bias. It's the same kind of bias people have against gay people, against black people, against women. Okay? It's the same kind of discrimination. You want to diminish their worth and value based upon something about them personally. And that's race, age, sexual preference, and anything else. That is something that I thought we were getting beyond. But to see young people talk about older people as if we're just a piece of furniture to push over in the corner somewhere, that's unacceptable. Because we do have lives outside of YouTube. But don't think that because, this is YouTube, it's young people. Hell no, it's not. It's whoever has an opinion about it, whoever enjoys it, whoever has a good time. Most of the time, 90% of the time, I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying, the things that people are saying and that sort of thing. I'm learning from many others. There's millions of channels on here from many other channels. Look at my featured channels. So do not decide and make that kind of comment. Oh, you can make any kind of comment you want to, but you will be wrong. And I hope you do make it to my age. And I hope when you do, you remember what I'm saying. When you realize that your mind has not changed, your zest for life has not disappeared, your engagement with the world has not gone away, if it has not. I hope you realize that. And maybe at that point, you can say, ma'am, I'm sorry, because I know it's not coming now. But when you get to where I'm at, it will come, believe me. A lot of your mistakes come back to you, and you realize, how idiotic something you may have said was. And I'm not above that. Because a lot of things have come back to me that I look back in hindsight and realize I should not have done or said. So remember me when you get to be 70 and send your apology out into the universe. All of y'all. Have a good day.